This weekend has me thinking all kinds of things about this truck. But we're not going to talk about that right now. So I got you guys propped up on a race truck, which after this weekend, really doesn't sound fitting to call this a race truck after all the 8, 9, 7-second passes that we saw at the UCC, all the 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 horsepower dyno runs we saw. I don't know that we can classify that as a race truck right yet. But anyhow, you guys saw hopefully you saw the drag race video, the dyno video, and the sled pull video. So this is a video I thought I should make just because I don't think anybody else will, and it should be made. Basically, it's just going to be congratulating all the participants of UCC. Everybody there, I don't care if your truck broke the first day on your first pass or you made it through the sled pull, they put more amount of time and money out to be there and do this event than any of us can fathom. Especially the guys there who wrenched every night. There was guys building motors, transmission bolts. They had to wear them out. I mean, guys were pulling transmissions left and right. I mean, like, it was no big thing. It was just an all-out, just thrash fest on their vehicles to keep them up and running. Guys were changing bearings, cams, heard a bunch of stuff. And quite a few people destroyed their shit. So they need recognition for that. We're going to start with the Ucc Qualifiers because it had rained after their sled pull, so I don't know if they ever had an award ceremony for those guys, but they should get at least some kind of recognition. So in 5th place was Travis Trent. And I'm starting with I'm doing the top 5 guys, or 5 people I should say, as there was a female competitor who unfortunately her motor did not make it. But anyway, I'm doing the top 5 because those are the people who we will be seeing in the main event next year. So the first one is Travis Trent. He has a Cummins. It's a, well, you guys know, it's a it's a Ford with a Cummins engine in it. He is one of only 2 people to be in a grudge race at the UCC.
Short wheelbase Fords in the lanes. Travis Trent in the race going left lane. First time ever.
Him and another Ford competitor. Number 4 was Dylan Grooms. He had an interesting explosion on the track. He blew up his intake manifold on his 6-liter. It actually shot the intake emblem off of the truck. Which I know it sucks, but was pretty funny. Now, Cory, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this right, but Cory Whitby, he was first in the sled pulls. He had a mechanical engine with 2 turbos, good-looking truck, cool-looking truck. He ran 282 feet, 282 and a half feet in the sled pull, got first in the sled pull. Number 2 was Trevor Peterson with T-Pain. He got 2,100 horsepower on the dyno and 2,600 foot-pound of torque. Only run he did. Did that run, get me off of here. And then Ryan Pfaff, he was the lead qualifier with the black 4th gen Cummins that you know I love. He ran an 8.8 off the trailer. 8 off the trailer. First pass, only pass he had to make, and he won the drag competition. So that's it for the qualifiers. So as for the competitors, well, roll the clip.
We're going to start off with the drag race. Somebody who kind of snuck in here and laid down some great passes and set off the tone for the weekend.
Absolutely. He's a UCC rookie, but he didn't act like it. From Truck Source Diesel, Chris Hyder, 3rd place drag race. Where are you? 2nd place in the drag race, also a UCC rookie. But if you follow social media at all in the months leading up to this, I don't think he was really surprised that the industrial injection team at Jared Delecta turned in number 2 time in the drag race. Came in here rookie. What's your first experience here at UCC?
It's been long and tiring. I've been helping Sean the last couple of years and finally decided to give it a go with this truck. And it's been rough, but we didn't want to give up. We weren't going to go down without a fight.
You certainly did. You gave it your all. You guys really impressed me with the professionalism and preparation that you had. You overcame some adversity too throughout the weekend too with the truck.
What's that?
You overcame some adversity throughout the weekend too. Dyno Day was not too kind to you guys.
No, it wasn't. Something happened and we didn't waste no time. We swapped an engine out Saturday night. Came out here prepared today and we didn't get any sleep, but we'll sleep tonight and start heading back to home.
Sounds good, man. Congratulations.
First place on the drag races, and can't argue with the numbers thrown up. Defending not only the title, but also his top speed on drag race. The only sub-9 run we saw the entire weekend.
Sub-8.
Sub-8, sorry.
And there was some strategy in it too. He snuck up on it, allowed himself time in case he thought somebody else could catch it. But it's Lon Miller from the Fire Punk team, your winner in the drag race. Planned day for you on the drag strip? Little by little, little more?
We had plans to go 7s on the drag strip. We didn't plan to pick up a couple times before we did, but we knew the truck had it in it. We just had to coax it out of it.
I'm out of job here. Here you go, young man.
Say woohoo! Oh, you can do it.
Congratulations, Levon. On to the dynamometer portion Saturday, and top 3, probably the names we maybe thought were going to be there, but not necessarily in the order we thought we were going to see them.
Absolutely. This show was the first one to really throw a number out there that made the crowd stand up and take attention. And wouldn't expect anything less on the industrial injection team of Mr. Sean Baca.
I don't think there's any question that you feel like there was more in it, but sometimes metal parts break.
Yeah, I think everyone knows there's a lot more in it. It was a fun deal. We're running stop rocket on that thing at the year, so shit happens. We'll come back next year and throw out that 3,000 that everyone's looking for.
We can't wait to see it, and if there's anybody we think can do it, probably you. Good job, buddy.
Second place for the dyno. It was going to be a toss-up, like you said, between the 3. When it boiled down to it after Sean couldn't make it back, we knew it was going to be a toss-up between 2. It's who could get it to hold on the dyno longer.
Yeah, that's been a problem. Could they get the power into the rollers that they needed to put up a big number? We didn't have the real fancy Sigma motor out of this team, but it didn't matter. They put up more power with this one. Fire Punk team, number 2 on dyno. You're on the other side of me now this time. Is that on purpose?
I think so. He was probably gonna eat it.
No?
I don't think he's quite too sure. But yeah, we had a little fight on the dyno. We thought our bottle was out of nitrous because I could sit there and hold my purge button and it wouldn't do anything. But I think it was the suck tube in the bottle was at the top of the tank, and it was just a delayed reaction till we actually got nitrous in it because we got it back to the pits and set it up and we still have plenty of nitrous in it. Oh well, I don't like to practice blowing my truck up, so I probably will try again next year if we are here.
Sounds good, Levon. Good run.
Team that, Charles, you and I have watched this truck grow from nothing to what it is now. And a lot of heartache going in after the drag race day with transmission issues. They coming out on the dyno and shattering the 3,000 number on horsepower and backing it on torque and backing it up a second time. Mr. Derek Rose, DNR Customs.
From salvaging this truck out of a wrecking yard and going to blowing it up out on the street to where it is today, you've come a long way, brother.
Yeah, it sure has. I mean, we should have left her in the boneyard, but here we are 5 years later, and it's pretty stout for a 6,000 pound race tractor, as we call it.
Race tractor, I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the one competition. I'll be flat honest. I mean, I was going to hopefully salvage a top 5, and same dyno, same day, and we all had the same conditions. And it was just, we needed to come from the trenches from Friday's activities. So we put a number on the board at first hit. We surprised ourselves that we think we cracked over 3,000 on the torque, and me, Chase, and Ryan, we added a little fuel, and we put every bit of nitrous we had in that thing, and when it lit, we hit it and put up a number. I think it's going to be might be tough to beat for a while on the torque end. The horsepower's already been beaten, but it's a big number, and I'm real happy.
Congratulations, Derek.
All right, now on to today.
On to the sled pulling.
Absolutely, and third place, a name not surprising to see coming up on the top of the order in truck pulling.
No, he was far and away the most experienced puller of the bunch on today's program. The only surprise maybe to me is he did it in session number 2 and not session number 1. It goes to the 30 Hooker Diesel team, Tony Burkhardt, third place in the sled pull. Must be back loading up the 4,000 hoists he brought. Second place guy in sled pulling is another truck that has spent the last year going up and down dirt tracks all over the Mountain States and the Pacific West, and doing a fine job of it. Once again, it's Sean Baca, industrial injection, number 2 on sled pull. Had looked like a breakage problem in the second session, but I saw him before you guys ran. You and Bob came up along the fence and were looking at the track. Did you think there was something in there in the track for you?
Yeah, this the second track is definitely a lot better than the first track for us. T-case is making a bunch of noise, and pretty much everything underneath the truck is making a bunch of noise. So I figured let's throw the kitchen sink at it. And we were on a pass right there, and something let loose and shut us down. So I didn't want to go crashing into the crowd or nothing. So we shut her down, did the right thing, and still a little bit mobile. So hopefully we can get in the trailer tonight and live again.
What's the plans for you this summer? More pulling?
It's hard to say. The truck went 8.8, so I don't know. This might be like a drag truck. So I don't know. We'll call it the ultimate truck, I guess. But yeah, it's a lot to swap everything over. Last night we were between the engine and yeah, let's go to SEMA with it. I think it looks better to SEMA truck. Last night after the dyno, we had to swap a motor in the drag truck and my truck with the rockers, and literally the whole drivetrain had to come out of it. After crashing on the truck for a month and all the problems we had since we got here, we were pretty worn out. So it's pretty rewarding day for us today as far as the industrial injection master shredder crew. So it's a good day.
Congratulations, Sean.
Down to the last one for the day, and the only one not to improve, or excuse me, one who started off the day and nobody could catch.
Yeah, he really got a good draw and made the absolute most of it with the track that we have. Winner on pull day, Levon Miller and the Fire Fun team.
Levon, at the start of the day you pulled the number 1 spot. Did you think that would be the hook that would hold up the entire day?
When I first drew the number 1 spot at the driver's meeting, I was kind of feeling down on my luck because I'd never liked to be first hook, because you never really know what to expect. There's no road built. But then after looking at the sun shining, I was kind of glad that we had it, because the moisture was in the track, and a lot of trucks go down and tear it up the track, and the track kind of goes away. So we knew we kind of had one shot at making it the best we can, and the last 2 years we've always had a little bit of an issue at the sled pull, one little issue or another, and we were looking for a good solid hook, and the truck did its job, so we were very happy.
Well, congratulations, sir. You want to say something? I see you keep grabbing at this one. Nope. Once you offer to him, he's done. Once again, LaVon Miller, your sled pull winner. Starting off 5th place overall competition here today, industrial injection, Jared Delecta.
Good weekend for you. Anybody you want to thank for helping you get this far?
Man, I can't thank everybody enough. Everybody at Industrial Injection, from our pump shop or our fuel shop to our turbo shop to Sean, Bob, Cam. I don't know, it's bittersweet. Feels good to be here. Feels good to pour everything we have, and Suncoast and Randy's, and Ryan and Jared with Breakout Tuning and Hardware Performance, and Actress Express. I mean, the list goes on. Big shout out to Truck Source Diesel. Those guys, if it wasn't for those guys today, I wouldn't have been able to compete. So, thank you guys for everything you did for me today, and if you ever need anything, I'll return the favor.
Congratulations, Jared Delecta. 5th overall, Ultimate College Challenge 2018.
Now, 4th spot, of course, another rookie that snuck into UCC here and set the world on fire.
Yeah, did a great job. Certainly an experienced racer. I was kind of curious to see what they were going to do when it came to the sled pulling track, and boy, handled it like absolute pros. It's the Truck Source Diesel team and Chris Buheinhardt.
Guy who we've had up here a couple times and once again showed his true grit on what it takes to be a competitor and thresh to get things done and fixed. And not only that, supported a fellow teammate along the way. Your 3rd place overall finisher, Industrial Injection, Sean Baca.
I'm not going to make you hold that up too long, but anybody like to thank for helping you along the way here to 2018?
Yeah, I'd like to get my team up here, everybody from Industrial Injection, RGR, everybody that was here thrashing with us all weekend, everybody back home, all you fans, friends, followers, family. I appreciate everything you guys do. You guys push me to do this stuff. I wouldn't be here without you. I'd like to thank a bunch of sponsors, Industrial Injection #1, CP Carrillo with the rods and everything they gave me this year, Dan Balance with the clutch coming in strong, Yukon Gear and Axle providing the drivetrain parts for that truck. There's a party now. Randy's transmission. Here's the deal on my truck. Pretty much the day before we were supposed to leave, we blew up the transmission that was in it and pretty much broke the back half of the transmission off. And the guy that built the transmission, I called him, he was out here racing in Charlotte. So Randy Reyes was kind enough to basically let me take his whole drivetrain out of his truck, cross members, everything. So we thrashed on that, got that in the truck, came out here, first pass off the trailer with a whole new suspension and back to a 48, which I hate, but it proved itself this weekend. And right off the trailer was a 9.4 with no overdrive. We got back, hooked everything back up, and went out and ran that 8.8, which is pretty damn good for that truck considering it hates the drag strip. And everybody, again, there's so many people that helped me get here. It's hard for me to remember, but yeah, I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks.
Congratulations, guys.
Well, and then there was 2, and once again, the same 2 we had last year.
Yep, they came in pretty much the same position into pull day, and it was going to take a Hail Mary to swap the order. But I don't think either one of these teams has anything to complain about. They got through a ton of hard work this weekend and really showed the class, grace, and character that it takes to be on the top shelf, or the top step of an event such as this one. Your runner-up for UCC, Derek Rose, DNR Customs, and BD Diesel. Anybody you want to thank for getting to this point?
Well, I mean, look at all these people back here. I mean, without Well, the family, the friends, you know, just tons of sponsors. I mean, we thrash. You know, we don't have enough time to tell the shit we had going on. But we thrash. We come together as a team, as a family, and just made it work. You know, I couldn't be more thankful. You know, sponsor side, we got so many great people to help us out. For years, we've been, you know, kind of the same core group of people, and we keep improving each year, and eventually we're gonna get called up next one of these times. But anyway, it's, I'll never feel bad taking second to fire pump crew. A lot of love for those guys, a lot of respect. They're great competitors. The folks at BD Diesel, we've been on the race team for I think 4 or 5 years now, and we've, you know, taken the race team from almost nothing to, you know, where we are today. You know, second place in pretty much the biggest event in the country. The guys at Freedom Race Engines, I mean, they're almost like family now. I literally lived down there last year when we brought that billet mess to the competition, and it was, you know, we tried hard. We got Hardway, Ryan, I mean, he's my boy. I think he had to head out to Canada. Trent and Diamond, I mean, those guys, I mean, we this year we put together a pretty good recipe, but last year, I mean, we threw a lot of shit at that motor, and we tried a lot of stuff, and, you know, they just, you know, they're really good to work with. S&S Diesel, we've been with them for a long time. Great sponsor, helps out. Frank's Transmission, they're a local shop in my town. They build all of our units for us. He was here. We built like 6 transmissions till we found we had a cracked case. It was a rough road on the drag day.
Congratulations, Derek. You're one more.
The boys at Fleece. I mean, we spent the night there. Friday night till 4:30 in the morning. Jake and I mean just everywhere. There's so many people that, you know, we get up here. It's a lot to make it to this point. So thanks for everybody.
Congrats, Derek. You're runner-up UCC 2018.
Well, I don't know if we're going to fit the entirety of this next team up here.
Anybody got a boom mic? I can stand down there to interview him for this one.
You know, a man that definitely has a great support network around him.
He does.
You know, not only just family, but great crew workers, and they show it. 3-time reigning champion of the Ultimate Callout Challenge. Doesn't come easy. It's a lot of work and dedication, and a great support team is what it takes. We've heard it out of their own mouths. First place, UCC 2018 goes to LaVon Miller, Fire Pump Diesel.
This wouldn't work if Todd Welch was standing here, but with you I can do this. Last night about 11:30, your truck was scattered all over the pit area. You wrote it and said, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, definitely. Team. Yeah, it's all about the teamwork, and we definitely have a big team and a lot of people that. You got a record, Ralph here. But I don't know, who would have thought we'd be able to three-peat again this year? And I got to shout out to the competitors. You guys kept us honest. We know the industrial crew was going to bring it at the drag strip. I figured Donovan Harris was going to rock and roll too. Yeah, and we love to see the competition step up, and it's definitely kept us on edge. And you know, coming down into going into the sled pull with only 9 feet to go, or Derek would only have to beat us by 9 feet. We were definitely concerned that we knew that it wasn't just an easy win. But I wanted to let my brother Lynn, he's kind of been our crew chief. I figured he can kind of give a shout out to all our sponsors and help, and kind of maybe give a little recap over the weekend and what all went inspired last night.
Wow, I don't even know where to start or what to say. Like, I guess first of all, I just want to say how blessed we are, and I just want to thank God for like the family and the Diesel family and the people we have around us at the shop. Like, it's amazing. You guys have no idea. Well, some of you competitors do, I'm sure, but you have no idea the teamwork that goes into a weekend like this. And it's really fun when it all comes together, even though there's frustrating moments from time to time. I think all of last night was that moment, but we overcame it. But I just want to thank all of the companies that stick with us. I want to thank the guys over at D&J, Drew and all his guys. They've grown with us, and we've broken a lot of their stuff, and then they fixed it, and then we broke it again, and it just keeps driving the industry, but it's a lot of fun. And we like picking each other's brains, trying to figure out how to do it better next time. Exergy, the guys over there have like bent over backwards for us. I want to thank them a lot. Phil over at Diesel Performance Converters, and Hot Shot Secret is a new company with us in the last year. I just want to thank them for their support as well, and just everything. I mean, doing testing with them, like who'd have thought that you can have oil additives that do what they do. It's been pretty impressive to us. So yeah, I don't know. I could go on and on and on, just kind of like coming into the weekend, we kind of had our personal goals that we knew we wanted to hit. And the drag race on Friday, it didn't give it up easy, but after fighting some self-inflicted issues throughout the day, we were able to put that 788 pass together. And just like after the day Friday, I was reviewing a little bit, and we went 788 this year, and last year we went 864. And last year we had a half a second on the field, and we're the only truck in the 8s. This year we went 788, and second place was only 0.19 behind us, and there was 8 trucks in the 8s. So like, shout out to all you guys. Like, Baca went 8s this weekend. Like, that's awesome. maybe we'll see him on the track some more. So, yeah, I mean, that was. And then the dyno kind of had its own little challenges, but we came out close to what we were hoping for, not quite perfect. And then going into last night, actually, let me back up a little bit to the drag racing. I just want to give a little shout out to my diesel uncles. This whole diesel drag racing was new to us 2 years ago, and we have picked a lot of guys' brains, and especially Sam Smith and Phil Taylor and Travis Grobleby. They've helped us out a lot, and I mean, if it wouldn't have been for the start that they gave us and all that stuff, I don't know if we'd be where we're at now. And it's like I told somebody yesterday, I said, we rely on those around us to do what they do best, and that's what makes this truck good. And it's truly a team effort. So then last night, going into the sled pull prep, we knew we had a good bit of work, but it just seemed like it was one thing after another that fought us. We figured maybe by midnight we could have this thing together, and it turned into an all-nighter, just kind of fighting some different issues. We had some valve stems that we had to go run to the truck stop at 2 o'clock this morning and get some 90-degree valve stems so we could clear our calipers. And there was just a lot of different guys that chipped in and offered their help and their just different ideas. And it's like, even people that probably aren't up here on the stage, there's been a lot of people that just chipped into this, and I just want to thank everybody. So thank you all fans. Thanks to guys at UCC. I know this isn't an easy thing to pull off, but we appreciate everything you guys do. And thank you everyone for hanging around through the rain today and just coming out and supporting us, because we know this wouldn't happen without the fans. Thank you. I totally failed to mention our families, our wives, and our kids especially. Like, thank you very much, guys. I know you guys sacrifice a lot.
Repeat, Team Fire Club, your winner overall Ultimate Call Challenge 2018.
So UCC 2018 is done. A lot of horsepower, a lot of fast passes, a lot of carnage. Shout out to all those guys who competed. They all just tore into everything. They were up probably all weekend. I know the power driven diesel guys have been up probably for like 3 or 4 weeks. But anyway, it was a great event. It'll be a great event next year, I hope. The weather held out and everything. But Levon Miller did it again. He three-peated. He is undefeated the last few years. It's just amazing. But Derek Rose and Sean Bacher were backing him up on the podium. So they were talking in the awards about how many trucks were in the 8s last year as opposed to this year. The level of competition just keeps rising, and it's fucking awesome for all us fans and spectators. So if you have an opportunity to get out to UCC, make sure you do. Just remember though, like myself, it's probably going to mean you're going to want to spend some more money. So I hope you guys enjoyed the videos of UCC. You need to get out in your garage, get the wrenching on your truck.